Okay, so welcome back, students. Until now, we have done about the asexual method. The different asexual method we have just discussed. That is, one was cell division, budding in yeast, and binary fission. In binary fission, ancestation, okay, or in ancest, or some say cyst, whereas some say there is a different pronunciation. So we will just keep it as ancestation pollination in amoeba. Okay, so a cell division in prokaryotes, there is only one rather simple type of cell division which produces two identical daughter cells. That is nothing but the clones. Okay, till here we have been discussing. So let us go on to the next thing. That is this picture you must have come across. That is in your, which is in your book as well. So what happens here in the this is in the binary fission. Okay, this is the binary fission in amoeba. What happens? One amoeba, that is the parent amoeba undergoes division. The nucleus in the parent amoeba divides. Okay, later on the cytoplasm divides and the two new daughter cells are formed. Okay, one cell which the parent cell will undergo. Okay, the parent cell will undergo nuclear division. Once the new it goes undergoes nuclear division, later it goes the cytoplasmic division. After undergoing cytoplasmic division, two new daughter cells are formed. So this is about the binary fission in amoeba. Okay, this is the binary fission in amoeba. This is the how the binary fission, the process of reproduction of binary fission takes place. Next, what happens here? This is the budding. Okay, in budding, what happens that organism, for example, now let us take the yeast. So what happens in the yeast? The yeast forms a new small bud. Okay, later the bud forms into a new organism and later the bud detaches and forms a other organism. Okay, so what happens? A bud is formed in this parent organism. Later what happens? Totally there is a kind of maturation taking place in the bud as well. Once it is totally matured, then what happens? The bud detaches itself from its parent organism and a new organism is formed. Okay. So this is about the different, let us know about the different types of the asexual reproduction. So coming on to the next one, that is the first one is budding. Okay, now what happens in budding? So just now we have discussed as well, okay, budding in the yeast. So remember the definition, budding is a form of asexual reproduction in which a new organism develops from an outgrowth or a bud due to cell division at a particular site. Okay, so what it is? Budding is a form of asexual reproduction in which a new organism develops from an outgrowth or a bud due to the cell division at a particular site. So what happens here? This is a parent organism, yes or no? So later what happens? This parent organism will form a outgrowth. Okay, will form a outgrowth. How the outgrowth will take place? Because of cell division. One cell divides to two daughter cells, and now this is how the cell division process takes place. Okay, the cell gets keep on dividing. So what happens in this particular site only, the cell will start getting divided. In this particular site only, there will be a rapid growth of cell division. And what happens? A new bud is formed. Okay, a new bud is formed. So in yeast, if it is asked for you, give the example for the budding. Okay, give the example for the asexual reproduction process that is budding. Then you have to give in yeast. Okay, in yeast, the division is unequal. Okay, can you see here? The division is unequal, right? This parent organism is bit bigger, whereas this bud is a small part here. Can you see? Where bud is a small part here. Okay, so in yeast, the division is unequal and small buds are produced. They remain attached initially to the parent cell, which eventually gets separated and mature into the new cell. Yes. So what happens? This is a parent organism. There is one nucleus, one vacuole layer. Later what happens? A small bud is formed because of the cell division. Okay, one small bud at a particular site is formed because of the cell division. And then what happens? New daughter nuclei is also form. Okay, that is the division of the nucleus also taking place. So what happens here? The nuclei goes and attaches into this bud area, or the daughter nuclei goes and goes and settles itself in this bud area. What happens once it gets mature? Okay, once it gets mature, once it forms, like, okay, it can get detached from its place. So what happens here? It gets separated from the parent organism. Okay, it gets separated from the parent organism, and a new daughter organism or a new organism is formed. Okay, a new daughter yeast is formed. This is a daughter yeast and this is a parent yeast. Okay, that is a daughter yeast and this is a parent yeast. So this is how the budding in the yeast takes place. Okay, the budding in the yeast takes place. So what is budding? Budding is a form of asexual reproduction in which new organisms develop from an outgrowth or a bud due to cell division at a one particular site. Okay, due to the cell division at a one particular site. So in East, the division is unequal. So in East, the division is unequal, and small buds are produced that remain attached initially to the parent cell, which eventually gets separated and mature into a new yeast cells. Okay, which eventually gets separated and mature into a new yeast cell. So this is about the budding in the yeast. If it is asked you for you that give the diagrammatic representation of the budding process, so this is how you have to give. Okay, and label also. And label also. This is also the same. A parent cell forms a bud and later it gets divided and the new cell is formed. Okay, so this is about budding. Now coming to binary fission. What it is binary fission? So bi in the sense two. Okay, this you all are aware. Bi in the sense two. So what happens here? One cell, okay, one cell gets divided into two. Okay, but there is a difference. The cell divides into two halves and each rapidly grows into an adult. Okay, and each rapidly grows into an adult organism. So what happens? This cell, it gets divided and two new organisms are formed. This is nothing but binary fission. If it is asked you, give the definition of binary fission. What is binary fission? In this cell, the cell divides in this. What happens? The cell divides into two halves, which rapidly grows into an adult. Okay, which rapidly grows into an adult. What do you mean by which rapidly grows into an adult? This one organism will divide into half, and one half will grow into one adult, another half will grow into another adult. Okay, one half into will grow into one adult, another half will grow into another adult. And the example is amoeba and paramecium. Okay, they are from the protista. Okay, and so the example is amoeba and paramecium. So in this also binary fission, there are again subdivision. Okay, binary fission is one, ancestation or ancestation is one, and correlation is one. So what it is? Until now you have come to know that one cell divides into two halves and each of them will form into a new adult organism. So here also ancestation, the process of forming a cyst. Okay, the process of forming a cyst in a cell, small, okay, a small a ball or a tumor-like structure. Okay, what do you mean by cyst? Cysts are nothing but small, this uh, small skin, what I should say, balls or a kind of tumors, small cysts are formed, right, in your body also. Some say that, okay, there is a cyst formation, okay, which they do not do any kind of harm, okay. If they are not treated, they might go into it, they might form into any dangerous tumors, but cysts are nothing but small balls which or a small skin balls or a mass balls which you find in your body as well. There must be some cyst formed in your, there must be, will be some cyst. Okay. The same way here as well. So what happens here is in the cyst, how the cyst is formed because of the unfavorable conditions. Okay, because of the unfavorable condition. The cyst do nothing. Okay, the cyst do nothing because of the rapid cell division. What will happen is they will form a small ball-like structures and they will remain in your body. Okay, they are harmless. Okay, they are harmless. Whereas now in this, what happens in the asexual reproduction, we'll see. The process of forming a cyst or becoming enclosed in a capsule. Okay, so what happens here? The whole organism gets enclosed in a capsule. One tight security is bounded side of it. Okay, a tight security is bounded side of it. Like this, a capsule is formed. Okay, like this, a tight covering will be there. So this is nothing but it is enclosed in a capsule. So these small cysts, okay, this small cyst will be enclosed here. Okay, this small cyst will be enclosed on this. So what happens here? Why the encystation takes place? Why the cyst formation takes place? Under unfavorable condition, the amoeba withdraws its pseudopodia. Withdraws its pseudopodia which helps in the locomotion of amoeba. Okay, which helps in the locomotion of the amoeba. It withdraws its pseudopodia, means it either it takes it in or removes it out from its body, the pseudopodia, and secretes the three-layered hard covering around itself. So what happens here? Uh, Hard covering will be a hard layer, three layer. How many layers? Three layers covering is three layers covering is formed around itself and they form as a cyst. You remember we were discussing about dormancy. Dormancy, where the seed dormancy takes place. What happens there? They form one hard covering around itself. Okay, under unfavorable conditions, they form a hard covering around themselves. And when the favorable condition comes, the hard covering breaks and the seed can be germinated. The seed can be germinated. Okay, the seed can be germinated. The same way happens, takes place over here as well. There is when there is an unfavorable condition, when the growth of that particular organism is not taking place. So what happens here? A three-layer hard covering takes place around this particular organism. Okay, a capsule is formed around it. Okay, a capsule is formed around it under unfavorable conditions. And this amoeba, what it does, it withdraws its pseudopodia. The pseudopodia, which will help in the locomotion, it is also withdrawn by the amoeba and it remains as a dormant organism. Okay, dormant in a sense, no, inactive state. Okay, it will be in the inactive state. So what happens here? The process of forming a cyst means what happens now? Think that there is no favorable condition. If they cannot grow, when they get to know that they will not be able to grow, what will happen is they will form around itself a three-layer capsule around it. Okay, capsule around it, and they become inactive. Okay, they become inactive and they form as a cyst and this is known as encystation. Okay, this is known as a cyst. So we know what it is. So this is how you have got to know reproduction in amoeba. So the parent cell, okay, parent cell, here you can see the parent cell, the nucleus divides. Okay, the nucleus divides. Later on, the cytoplasm divides. One nucleus goes this side, one nucleus goes this side, cytoplasm divides. And two daughter cells are formed. Okay, two daughter cells are formed. This is nothing but binary fission. Okay, what it is? Nothing but binary fission. So what happens here? Reproduction in amoeba through multiple fission. So you have come across there, right? When we were discussing binary fission, multiple fission, we have come across one table there. Yes or no? Same thing here, reproduction in amoeba through multiple fission. So what happens here? See, you can understand better. parent amoeba, a cyst formation takes place when capsule is formed around it, and all this small, this cysts are there. Okay, small spores kind things will be there inside this capsule. Okay, later what happens? We'll know into the sporulation part. Okay, till now we have studied about this only, ancestation. Okay, ancestation. So yeah, for your better, more of a better understanding, let me explain you in this way. Okay, so what happens here? Mature mother amoeba. This is the mature mother amoeba. Unfavorable conditions have come. Okay, now this amoeba is staying in one of your lake near a house. Okay, near a house. So what has happened? This is the lake now. This mature mother amoeba has now understood that it's an unfavorable condition. Okay, or environment, they can't grow. So what happens here? They form a hard capsule around them. Okay, three-layer capsule around them. Okay, a three-layer capsule around them. Later, what happens? Okay, let us not go into the detail about chromatin block and all. We do not need it. You just have to know how the incestation takes place or cyst formation takes place. So what happens here? The daughter nucleus which are divided. Okay, the daughter nucleus which are divided. So they forms amoebula. Amoebula are nothing but small amoeba. Okay, they are nothing but small amoeba. So what happens here? Spore covering. There is a hard covering takes place with the each spore. Okay, with this amoebula that you will come under, you will know, read under sporulation. Okay, you will learn under sporulation. So what happens till here you have to understand one hard chromatin blocks takes place, that is nothing but capsule formation. Okay, capsule formation. A hard capsule is formed around the amoeba, and it becomes inactive. Okay, it becomes inactive. That is nothing but encystation. Remember what is encystation? The process of forming a cyst or becoming enclosed in a capsule under unfavorable condition. Okay, one three